Hello YouTube friends. Today I wanted to show you something I'm trying out. My wife has a bird feeder and this is the base of it, and she has a problem with squirrels that get on there and eat the food. Well, she can tap on the window and scare them off, but it doesn't seem to deter them very much or for very long. My grandfather had done something decades ago where he created his own transformer. He wound his own custom transformer so that he would have high voltage but low current. And he wired up his bird feeder so he could hit a button in his house and give the squirrels a shock so they would fly off and complain and, not be badly hurt at all, certainly not be killed. And it deterred them from doing it. So I thought I'd do something similar to honor my dear grandfather. And so here's the base. And what I did was I took, this might look familiar to some of you, it's a taken apart electric fly swatter. And so it had something that looked like kind of like a tennis racket, right? With two grids in there. One, I guess you'd say a positive, one a negative, that were close to each other. And if you got a fly in there and you hit the button on the controller, this button here with batteries inside, these were of course attached to the top of this handle, then you could zap the fly and it would kill it. So I took this apart and there were two of these grids, and I took one and I cut it out easily with some decent scissor shears and cut out for the base here. You can see I had to cut out this shape in the center and then trim a little bit where the piece went down here so that it was round, and it fit right over here. I kept the wire on there, and then I took some bell wire and I threaded it through where the mouth goes to feed, where the squirrel will get food, and I brought that as a wire down here, and I connected it to some speaker wire that I thought, well, I need to be able to disconnect. I don't have a proper disconnect, so for now it's going to be little wire nuts. And then that I have a really long length that I may trim, but I thought I'd at least ball it up so that it can run through the window into my wife's study where she works, and have this thing on hand. And when she sees a squirrel in the feeder, she can simply hold the button down and it will make sure that if the squirrel is standing on here and touches this wire with its mouth or paws, it would get the shock and hopefully take off. So let's see if we can get this to work, and I'll try to get a little video of it in action. Well, here we have it installed, and of course you can see the grid down there and the bell wire that I threaded through the coffers, I guess you could say, where the seed comes into. Notice I drilled small holes so that I could thread it through without damaging the plastic, although the squirrel definitely chewed some of that guy. And then the cable is simply going in through the window. One thing to be very careful of, I found out that there must be a decent capacitor in the handle, because you just have to hit the button once, let it go, and this thing is still charged. And I did test it out on myself, not accidentally, and because I've always wondered, you see videos about it where people mess with those fly swatters, and it definitely packs quite a punch. So, and here you see the inside version of it, the the speaker wire going to the handle, and of course there's the button. Like I said, it holds a charge really well, so what I'm going to do is add some kind of a short switch or a big resistor with a button so that my wife can discharge it after the squirrel goes flying, and that way we don't hurt any little birdies. So I'd encourage you to consider putting in a short out switch, otherwise you have to go outside and try to short it yourself with a pair of scissors or who knows what, so that no one else gets hurt. It seems like it has a bleeder resistor in there, but it takes quite a while to discharge it on its own. Take care.